But what's it say about young kids like Dwane and Jakob that are ready to step up in crunch time plays and make big plays?
Well, Coach has done a great job. Coach Matumbo and Coach Jamma did a great job of keeping that kid ready, keeping Dwane ready, keeping Jakob ready. Jakob staying in the game while he was on the bench until the fourth quarter, because we were searching. We were searching and went to the Fountain of Youth, and those guys came through and played their behinds off. And, DeLon Wright is going to be a good player in this league. And unfortunately, he's playing behind an all-star in Cal, but, there's some minutes to be had by him. He did a great job. His size and length helps the blitzing problem and him playing under control, but staying ready, like you said. And the 905 is a huge asset for us to be able to go down there and play and stay ready. All of our guys have taken advantage of that, and it's a huge asset for us.
Does it help that DeLon he's so long, he can play off the ball as well?
Well, it allows Kyle and Corey both to get off the ball, is what it does. And teams are all locked in to play those guys. And gives, Kyle a chance to be a shooter. He's one of our best three-point shooters, so it gets him off the ball where they can't blitz him. And DeLon's size and length helps him. And then defensively, he had a huge steal against Batum. They was trying to post him and trying to go at him defensively, and he did a great job. He and Jakob both. The pass that Jakob made to DC out on the wing was huge, big time. I mean, have the presence of mind of going to the basket. The guy was in front of him. The defense had stopped him, and he had the presence of mind of finding DC. And but again, like I said, it's a make or miss league, and DC made the shot.
Was it a matter of just staying with a group that was working?
Well, it was searching. Again, we had some guys that were struggling just to get something done, to make a shot, to make a play, and that group came in. And that's why you have a roster. And even though they're young, they were ready to play.
After that 31-point first quarter, what did you see in the second and third when they didn't quite work?
We weren't making shots, Bruce. Like I said, it's a make or miss league. DeMar DeRozan was vaulting up, making some shots he had made. Kyle was missing shots. We were just missing shots. I mean, I think we had some open looks too, and I got to go back and look at it. And again, with that, I think not getting stops, missing shots, and then it takes you down to the defensive end, and you kind of relax a little bit. Now there's your defensive mojo gone. So it works both ways. When you're missing shots, you take it to the other end, and you're just not as energized. You're just not into it as much. You put your head down, get a little bit dejected. And that's what I like about this other group. We were down 17, and they just kept fighting. And last night I thought we dropped our shoulders and let officials frustrate us or whatever it was. The excuse is not important. But it allowed us to keep fighting, and that's what this league is about. This league is full of frustration, doubts, doubters, and you just got to fight through all that and make sure you continue to play.
When you go into the break on a win, how do you feel about the team, where the team is right now?
We still have some work to do, Michael. Defensively, we got to continue our pick and roll defense, our half-court man defense, all phases with everybody. That's got to be our core because if you're not making shots, you've got to hang your hat on your defense to get some stops. And it can't be just go down, miss a shot, now they come down and score. And that's what happened to us in the third quarter. I mean, score 14 points, they get 34. And so we've got to continue to focus on our defensive end, get our rhythm back offensively, get our rotations back to normal size. And again, some of these young kids are going to push some of these older guys for minutes. And but again, we've got to get our rotations back to where they were, which has been for the last 3 years kind of normal, and get Pat back in the second unit, Serge back ready to play.
At what point in the fourth did you just decide you weren't going to go back to DeMar?
Right, probably about the middle part because that group was rolling. They was just fighting, and DeMar being a veteran player understands that. Again, he would be the first to tell you, let those young guys roll. They're rolling. Even that last play, we talked about getting another defender in for Jakob. Hell no. He was ready to play and he was ready to go. So, DeMar's been in that situation before, and he had a tough night. And those young kids came in and carried us. And Cal still had 40 minutes compared to Kemba Walker's 42. So, both those guys were dragging a little bit in the fourth.
You mentioned offensive woes taking over on the defensive end. When you look at DeMar's night, he didn't shoot great, but the energy that he had on both ends and then the other things he was doing, is that an example if
That is. You got to continue to do that. You got to continue to take the shots. When we come back, you got to work on those shots and, where they're automatic. Because, again, the difference now with some of the shot, everybody's talking about shot selection. Those same shots were going in at the beginning of the year. And like I said, in the beginning of the year, it's a make or miss league. And everybody looked at me like I had two heads or whatever, but it is. That's what it is. Some of those same shots guys are making, you lose that rhythm, lose that mojo a little bit, and we got to get that back offensively. But again, I still say it starts on the defensive end.
Between you guys trading a wing player and then the length of Dwane, which you mentioned, can you see a path to him maybe working himself into the consistent rotation, even though you're not down a guard?
No question. We lose a little bit in T. Ross's shooting. T. Ross is an excellent shooter. But not to say that Norm Powell can get it, because Norm was shooting the ball well early. Dwane can work on his three-point shot. It's there. He works on it every day. He's getting better with it. So he gives you something in different areas in what you lose with T. Ross. And then you got Ibaka coming in who's having a career year from the three-point line. So and Patrick coming back and getting him back healthy at the last part of the season.